Hi there, this is Katie Saint for Net Training video number 5 on functional communication training. Functional communication training is a really big deal. This is often how we get kids to communicate way more. And it's something that we really need to focus on doing a ton. So, this is how it works. Basically, you figure out what motivates the child. Say the child likes to swing, say the child likes cookies, say the child likes tickles. You simply do these fun activities with the child and then you hold out and you ask them to request it for you. So, depending on where the child is at verbally, that would change what you're asking them to say. So, say we're starting at the very basic level where the child doesn't have any full words. We might just prompt them to say "ma" for more, and we would accept that. What we want to do in those beginning stages is get the child to learn that when I make a sound, people respond to that and I get something out of it. So we're making communication motivating to them. We're making it so that they understand, hey, when I talk, good things happen. So what we've learned with some of our kiddos is that on their own, they're not motivated to talk. And so they're content to keep that language inside. But if we create opportunities to draw that language out, then we can get them to say way more than we ever thought they would. So initially with this nonverbal child that I was just describing, we're accepting "ma" as a request for more. So we're doing lots of fun activities with the child. We're making sure the child's really engaged and really enjoying what they're doing, and then we're pausing and we're stopping, and then we're asking the child to say more if they want more. And so they say "ma," and then you continue instantly and you continue to have fun. And so over time, as they get really good at making that "ma" sound, then we want to up the expectation and we want to say, okay, now you've been saying "ma" really well, so now we want you to say "moi." We want them to get like that much closer to the actual word. So, if the child's saying "cuh" for cracker, maybe we want them to say two syllables like acker. I don't know. But basically you're just upping that a little bit more and more each time so that the child is getting closer to the actual word. So, once you get the child to the point where they are saying the full words, we start to track that. And so a rule we follow is once the child can clearly say 100 words, then we start prompting sentences. But in order to get the child to that point, we need a ridiculous amount of repetitions. So if you're working on functional communication training and only prompt the child to say a word once an hour, that's really not going to be enough. That's going to get you some really slow progress. If you want to see that substantial results, you're really going to need to do this a minimum of every 5 minutes. Some of our therapists who are really skilled at this are literally getting the child to say a word once per minute. They're having tons of fun with the child. It's a high energy environment where they're goofing around, they're doing all these preferred activities, and they're just constantly prompting language. And the child's having so much fun that they're engaged in this and they're participating, and that language is just coming out. And so through those repetitions, the child's developing language. So this is a really fun way to do therapy too, because once the child understands what's expected of him or her, then he's having lots of fun. He's able to play and do all these preferred things, and all he has to do is say some words. And so once we get the child to that point, that can be a really fun and super productive time together. So the most important part is the repetitions, though. You need to find what motivates the child and you need to hold out. So if the child refuses to say the word, then you move on. You do something else. So we're not giving in because we want the child to learn that they need to use their words to get what they want. So functional communication training is what the research shows is like the #1 way to get kids to talk. It works really well. It takes an intense number of repetitions, and it takes figuring out what motivates the child, but it works really good. So I hope you guys get really good at doing this one.